Guten Morgen, wir sind einmal mehr auf der PDAC 2016 mit Robert Baldock von Monument Mining. Wir wollen also ein kurzes Update geben lassen zu den verschiedenen Projekten des Unternehmens. Aber erst noch eine andere Sache. Good morning, Bob. You had a nice press release out there you go about a win in court. Please tell us what that was about.
Good morning. Yes, thank you very much for the interview. We appreciate that. Yes, we had some good news yesterday. We put out news that we'd had a court award of $500,000 Canadian against a party that we've been in dispute with, and also return of a parcel of shares plus costs. That's significant in that the market doesn't like litigation of any sort, and particularly in certain countries. And that win is one of two. We've still got to finish the other one, but we hope to get that out of the way shortly. And so we're very, very happy about that. And the $500,000 won't hurt either in our treasury.
That's true. Thank you. So that was about a project in Malaysia that you opted out of at a later date. And but your main project in Malaysia is the Selinsing mine. Now you're at the moment producing from stockpiles, pretty low grade, but you have several measures in place to get back to higher grade production. Please tell us about that.
Yes, what we're doing at the moment is we're managing to make profits and positive cash out of what was previously termed waste. We now call it low grade, which it is for sure, but it's giving us cash, it's giving us a small profit, and that allows us to keep going while we wait for our next area to be cleaned up and ready to start mining and go back into oxide material. We're also cleaning up and reclaiming our tailings that we deposited in a big pond just before we started the main mill, and we didn't have a leach circuit at that time. We only had the front end of the plant, crush, grind, gravity, recovery, and the gold room. And so we're reclaiming that material, and that material is around 1 gram, and combined with the waste, that is giving us the production that we're now reporting. It's down, as is the gold price, but it's still positive. And so once we get that other arrangement in place, which we're expecting around June time this year, we'll return to normal production.
That is including the new technology you're installing at the mine to produce from sulfide ores.
It won't include that in June. It will probably take us a year of producing normally the oxide from the oxide material. We'll mine that. But during that time, we anticipate that we'll be building the Intec bolt-on plant to the main Selinsing plant. That's going to be in the region of $12 to $15 million. And once we've got that, we'll, yes, be able to treat the sulfide material. And we anticipate we're probably going to have, when we put out our new 43101, something like 5+ years of ongoing feed for the plant.
Okay, thank you. But this is your first and flagship project, I would say, but you entered Australia a while back with the Murchison project. Now you've been drilling there, you've been proving up some first resources, historic resources. Now you just recently announced some engineering news, mine plan details. Can you update on that, and also on when you aim to get into production or start a heap leach circuit?
Yes, we can certainly update on Murchison. We bought Murchison into the company. We paid cash for that, and we immediately it was out of a project out of administration. Companies don't usually put things into or go into administration unless there's something wrong. So we had to overhaul the whole thing. And one of the main things we had to do was do confirmation drilling, infill drilling, step-out drilling to make sure we had a 43101 resource there. We've been progressively doing that in the various areas that the resource was quoted as. and we've put out the first 43101 on that, filed it on CEDAR, and a news release accordingly. So we're progressively doing that. In addition to that, we have been working with a group called Como Engineers. They have redesigned the front end of the plant, and we're considering now, waiting for a proposal from them to install that front end and commission it. And that will mean that the crushing screening part of the plant is installed and commissioned. And to commission it, we've got permission from DMP, Department of Mines and Petroleum in Western Australia, to be able to treat one of the, or process one of the waste dumps that is already there. So we don't have any mining as such, and we'll put that through the plant to commission it, and at the same time that will produce the rubble base for the drainage pad of the heap leach project. So it achieves another step towards being able to build the heap leach and put into production. And we would anticipate that we can get that done and hopefully have the project operating by the end of this year.
Thank you. By the end of this year, you mean the calendar year or the financial?
The calendar year.
Calendar year, okay. So I know the Mangapur project is at the moment on its sort of back burner, but still you have some plans there that could result in you producing copper directly on the project and selling it. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, we put that on care and maintenance for a couple of reasons. One, it requires CapEx to actually get that into production the way we want it. And we also need to prove that Intec will produce LME grade copper metal on the site. That's as opposed to producing a concentrate and shipping that offshore to a smelter and all the problems and costs inherent in that sort of approach. So we believe we'll be able to do that. But we want to run the Intec process on that and make sure that we can. We're in the process of negotiating with the government for a bit more land and for a power supply. And that is the secret of producing low-cost LME grade copper on the property. Malaysia imports about 200,000 tonnes of copper metal a year for its processing industry. It's fabrication industries that make copper tube, copper wire, and various other copper products. And so we'll be able to supply all of that to them. At the moment, Malaysia's ringgit is underwater from a currency exchange point of view, about 4.2 to the US dollar. So we save them about 10-point-something billion a year just on supplying that copper in country, and they don't have to buy foreign exchange. That may lead to some advantages for us in terms of potential tax breaks and such on the project.
Okay. Thank you. So that is a while off. And then you entered the Democratic Republic of Congo recently. But your expert on that is Dr. Klaus Eckhoff, and we're going to speak with him separately shortly. Thank you.
Yes, that's correct. We've entered into an earn-in agreement on a project called Matala. We've got information on that in a news release. It's quite a large news release, probably one of the biggest we've ever put out, about 7 pages of information. And we're also in the throes of finalising a 43101 on that project, which has been completed by CSA Global, and that will give the market a lot of information about the project and about the potential. So I welcome you to talk with Klaus. He's now on board with Monument, and we welcome his judgment and his experience in that area of DRC. He's been there a long time and got a lot of understanding of how that geology all works. Thanks very much, Eric.
Thank you.